Welcome back. Back on the old vessel. Today I just put this horn switch in. I'm glad I got that there, so there's not just an ugly circle with nothing plugged into it. Got the wiring harness through the back. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow when I get the actual horn to wire that up, but pretty good to go right now. I got a new compass. I'm gonna put that on. It's gonna go right on top of the dash, behind the wheel. A light for inside the cabin underneath here, so I can see what I'm doing at nighttime. Bilge pump kit, cable coverage stuff. It's pretty much just a sleeve that Velcro shut. Whatever you want to call these. So I got a couple more things coming in the mail tomorrow. I believe it's really just the horn and a few other lights and tools and whatnot. But today we're gonna get the plan was to get the horn in, the horn button at least, the compass, probably hook up the bilge pump, get all the cables and whatnot situated, because I had to actually take all of the control cables out from underneath the boat after we had put them in, and I had to untangle them so that I can, because we originally had it wired backwards, so we had everything that was supposed to be plugged into the controls plugged into the motor, so we weren't getting, the motor wasn't starting, so there was a piece that was missing. It was pretty much, I had 3 female plugs on one side and I had 2 on the other when it was supposed to be swapped. So took all that out. It was a nightmare of a mess, but I got everything pretty situated. Show you. So these cables here go directly into the throttle, or into the controls. So that's the ignition and power, I guess. I'm not too sure, but whatever it is, these work. That helps with the tilt as well. There's a tilt button on the side of the throttle. And then right here is another thing I have to tackle, which is the tachometer. So the problem was this piece here was wired up from the previous owner to go back towards the controls, because I guess he had his tachometer and his controls next to the motor on, I guess would be like John boat or something that's not a center console. So he rewired this so that these cables, rather than staying back there, can just be with him next to the motor, I guess. So pretty much what I have to do, now this is for the tachometer, so I want a tachometer on my boat. I have to get a new gauge, that one's filled with water, but I want a tachometer and I want to have this redone. So I got some extra wire, some purple wire, and some solder connectors. So I'm gonna redo that all nice, and then I'm gonna feed the wires back underneath the boat, and yeah, finish up whatever I have to do on the switch panel, which isn't much. So there's like a little light that goes with the compass, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I think my horn just got delivered, so I'm gonna go check that out. We'll see. And nope, not my horn. Bummer. So this is the old light for the old compass, so I'm gonna cut this wire, get it out, and clean this off so that I can mount the new one. Pretty dynamite if you ask me. Okay, so I took a break from that, and I got come on, focus that light in, wired it up. Bingo. I had to go to the store, get some 18 gauge wire and some what's it called, butt connector, whatever you want to call it, spade connectors for the fuse panel. Here's the positive, and then I had to get some black 18 gauge and connect them there. That runs down to the bus bar. So right here, first switch, Our first bolt, first switch controls the light. That's what I call bingo. Now I'm gonna pretty much do the same thing with these, which is for the compass. Connect some red wire to this, run it to one of the switches on here, I forget which one I have it labeled on, and then black is gonna make its way back here, and then it'll make its way back here, and then it'll be on the corresponding bolt. Ow, fuck, there goes my lens. And then it'll be on the corresponding bolt. So, we'll see you there. We're trying to get the bolts on the motor on, but we're having some difficulty. It's very tight and our tools are dying on us, so we're charging those up while I do this. Yeah, keep you updated. Okay, compass wires are connected, done. Hooked up to the switch, and bingo. Now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do next. All right, so we're wiring up the tachometer. Last time I was here, I didn't film it, but I had to take pretty much all these wires apart because we had it all set up backwards. Took them all apart, found which wires were which, and I found a diagram online that told me that purple is tachometer. So the way it was set up, this piece here was plugged into the motor, but there was a crazy intersection thing going on here. Phil's eyes hurt. Here, Chico.
I'm golden.
You're clearly not, so I don't need them. I'm not wearing them. But pretty much there was a big mess in these wires. I cleared it out just to make it a little more simpler to work on and know where everything's going. So I am doing pretty much what they had set up already, but making it longer so that it can reach the front for the gauge, and then the rest of it can go right back to the motor. I think they had their tachometer in the back of the boat, so I think that's why he had this set up like this. But yeah, we're gonna fix it and update you along the way. Getting there. All right, back underneath. Hasn't put in the horn. So, got the wiring harness ready. Looking at the old directions to see how I hook it up. But here's the horn. Gonna put it right here, and the switch is right there, and it's gonna go burn. That's it. Okay, fuck. I think I'm done for the day. It looks pretty good in here. Got a horn on. Let's see if I can go. Yeah, so I pretty much got all the wiring cleaned up a little bit. Sorted out. compass comes here. Everything is mounted with these little wire clips. This is the main power for the ground. So compass is here. This is the horn, and then this is the light switch for that. So it corresponds to the switches on the panel. So this is the first switch on the left is the light, and then the sixth one is the compass to turn the light on there. And then off of the switch panel would be the horn, just connected to the ground here. And yeah, pretty loud, so happy with it. I'm pretty much done for today. And oh, here's the steering cable, well, the excess, and then here's the rest of it that goes down into here. Let me show you what everything's looking like, because it's pretty clean, pretty organized, happy with it. Got a lot of shit on here now. Okay. The new hose, grommet, whatever they want to call it, in. All the cables are hooked up to the switch panel, control panel. Oh. Wrapped it in this nice sock type of shit. Makes it look a little cleaner. Power in here, interior light, turn that on. For the compass, here's our horn button. Back here, steering cable's in. Goes off of here, and steers. Oh, as I fall back. Put a new gasket here as well, and I wrapped all these wires together, make it look a little better. So this is the battery cable and the controls that go. The battery cables come out right there, and then the rest goes under the boat up into that. On my battery, I have to the motor, to the front for the switch panel. So everything is set up, wired, and good to go. We are looking pretty good. Yeah, got to put the bolts on to get the motor mounted. We're gonna cut down here a square-ish latch to kind of make a little bit more of an opening so that we can get in there, because it's pretty dirty and whatnot. So I want it to have a good seal, so I'm going to clean it out, put some silicone seal on it, lock tight, do it the right way. And I got some more lights. These I may put right here or right there. So I'm thinking one there, one on this side, and one on the front here, but I'm unsure. Not there yet, so we're waiting. Definitely made some progress though. See you on the next segment.